personality types. And again, for all of you who didn't watch last week, I want you to go ahead and go to our YouTube channel, subscribe to the channel, make sure you go watch the replay for part 1. You guys, I should be charging like $5,000 per person for this kind of training, but I'm giving it to all of you because you're part of our group. And hello, everyone. My name is Gabe Mendez. Today's Winner's Circle Wednesday, part 2 of how to master human interaction. Sharing my screen now. Working with the 4 personality types. Listen closely. The reason this is important to you is because when you walk into a listing presentation, when you walk into an open house, when you meet a buyer for the first time, you have to be able to quickly identify those personality types. You have to understand if they are very high D, if they're someone who's very excited and they emote a lot, someone who's analytical or conscientious, or someone who's very reserved and doesn't say a lot. The outside says yes, but on the inside, they're screaming, hell no. You have to be able to identify those people. Because how many of us on this call, don't raise your hand, but how many of us on this call here today, we do really well with one demographic of person? How about you're very comfortable talking to the people that are like you? Maybe you're Latino, you love people who love living the rancho lifestyle and listening to corridos and that kind of stuff, and you can vibe with them, but the moment you have a Fortune 500 C-level executive who graduated from an Ivy League college, sit across the table from you, you start getting a little awkward and uncomfortable. Or maybe vice versa. Maybe you grew up in that lifestyle and those kind of people, but then you meet a Latino like me who's very outspoken and I'm wild, and you're like, oh, I don't know how to mess with this guy. How many of you go to a networking event and you feel so uncomfortable because you don't know how to connect with different people? You don't know what to say. You don't know how to not offend them. Well, I'm glad all of you are being transparent today, because today I'm going to show you how to work with all those people. So if you're excited today, drop it in the chat. Who's excited here? Who wants to know how to master personalities? How to sell to these people? How to speak to their internal dialogue, who they are as a person? How to quickly identify what personality type they are? How many of you guys are excited to work with the other 3 personality types that are outside of your personality type and then triple your income because now you can identify different people? Drop it in the chat if you're excited about today, because if you're not excited like I'm excited, then I might just push this one more week and say, they're not excited enough today. Let's see. Where's my chat at? Oh, there you are. You guys are actually blowing it up. I'm sorry. I'm over here yelling at you guys, and you guys are doing what you're supposed to do. Yes. Come on, Queen. Let's learn. I love it. Gracie says yes. Come on, Rosalind. Let's go. Me, show us, brother. Let's go. My boy Zabi's on the call. Soon to be business partner. Let's rock and roll. Call me the chameleon. Let's go. All right, ladies and gentlemen. First things first. So, drop into the chat. How many of you in the chat today you would consider yourself a very fast-paced person? Fast-paced. How many of you in the chat, if you're fast-paced, drop the word fast. Say fast, 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 fast. If you're a fast-paced person, you're fast. Itzel says me. Evelyn says me. Rapido says Raslin. Sakali says me, fast. Okay, love it. You're a fast-paced person. Okay, how many of you are a fast-paced lifestyle? Ready? Listen to this. You're fast-paced, but, and I should say not but, and you're more task-oriented. You're like, let's get the job done. I care about the results. I want to make sure we execute this thing before we do the happy hour, before we talk and have a good time and scroll on social media. You're fast-paced and you want the job done. Let's see. Patricia says me. Evelyn says right here. Me. It's a Claudia. Me. Okay. Me. All right. That's a lot. That's a lot of people. Okay. Here's my third question. How many of you are fast-paced, but you're more people-oriented? You care about people's feelings first. You care about the happy hour first. You care about connecting with them. You care about how they feel. You care about them before the task is completed. Joshua says here, me. George Salager says me. Claudia says me. Evelyn says me. Depends on the person, Nancy says. I love that. Okay. You got to be one of those two. You can be a hybrid, but you have to be one of those two. Okay. Here's my next segment of questions. How many of you, drop it in the chat, how many of you are more steady and slow-paced? Drop it in the chat. If you're steady and slow, put slow. More just steady and slow. You take your time. And Marie says slow. Do you guys see how slow they are to type? That's how slow they all are. They're all thinking about it. Who else is slow? Slow pace. You like to take your time. You don't rush into decisions. You like to analyze things first. You kind of analyze people, analyze the situation. Cherish is laughing over here. Cherish, that's you too. I don't know why you're not typing. That should be you. Yes, I know it's you. I've been married to you for a few years. I know it's you. Elizabeth says slower. Out of the people who are slower paced, how many of you are slower paced and you care about the relationships more? Myra says me. Cherish says me. Brianna says me. Okay, how many of you are slow paced, but you care more about the task? Elizabeth says me. David says me. Okay. The first group of people, the ones who are very fast paced, the ones who are want the results, the ones who are fast paced, they care about the task. They're not so worried about the people. They care about the task. Those people that all were blowing up the chat at the very beginning, you are what we like to call D, dominance. If we're talking about the 4 personality types, you are a dominant personality. That is who you are. You're dominant. Another word for, can someone give me another word for dominance? Someone give me another word for dominance. What's another word for dominance? Controllers, controlling. They're controllers, they're control freaks. They like to have control over everything. Those are your D personality types. Yes, Monica says alpha. Yes, they're the person who are taking control. Those are the people that just can't stand everything. And those D personalities who are very fast-paced, task-oriented, when do they want that report? When do they want their house sent to them? When do they want the CMA? When do they want it? When do they want it? Come on, guys. When do they want it? No, not now, Ben.
Yesterday.
Yesterday. Now's too late. Right now it's too late. You should have had it to me yesterday. Why? What, Monica Singer? Why didn't you send me the house yesterday? I told you I wanted to see it this morning. You should have had it to me yesterday, is how they think. Yes, those people are controllers. Now, I'm going to stick on these people for a quick moment because I'm going to teach you a couple of things about the D personality. Now, first question we want to answer is, how do you identify a D personality? How can someone tell me? Now we know their characteristics, but how do you identify them? Go ahead. You could ask them, how is it going? And how might they reply to you? If you ask someone who's a controller, dominating person, open up your mic. If you ask them, how's it going? How might they reply to you?
Good.
Yes, that's all they're going to say to you. Good. What do you want to know? What I had for breakfast? I'm not here for that. You know what? You know their response, how you identify a D personality, is they're going to sound rude. They're going to sound like they don't like you. They're going to sound very dry, curt, to the point. And if you ask them, how's it going? They're going to say, good. They're the person at the open house. When they walk into the open house, they do this to you. Ready? They do this. Can you guys still see me? Thumbs up. Can you guys still see me? Okay. They're the person at the open house. When you walk in, they do this. Their head goes down. They don't look at you or acknowledge you. They walk right past you, and then you get stuck with the wife. Not that getting stuck with the wife is a bad thing, ladies. I don't say that in a bad way. I'm just letting you know what they do. That's the person at the open house who does that. Can someone tell me what that D personality? So you ask them, how's it going? Right? You identify them. So you're at a listing. Let's say they call you on Google for a listing, or you get referred a buyer, or you see them at the open house. And then for all of you who took my open house mastery class, who know how to master the script, when they first walk in and you meet them at the door and you ask them, how's it going? And they give you a response of good, or they don't look at you and they walk past you. Like, this is how you're going to identify them. How should you interact with that person throughout the interaction of the showing of the open house? How should you speak to them? Somebody start throwing the answers. Open your mic.
Directly.
Directly, yes. I'm looking for another adjective. Come on, team. Start thinking.
Get to the point.
Like facts?
Straight to the point.
David, yep, Mr. Odiana said it. Straight to the point. Straight to the point. Don't ask them how their afternoon's going. Don't ask them any more questions like that. Get straight to the point. They don't want to hear your sales pitch. They don't want to hear your fluff. So your words are going to be straight to the point when you talk to the D personality. How are your mannerisms going to be, and how is your tonality going to be? Someone tell me.
Professional and laid back, and imitating their behavior and the way that they talk.
Absolutely. 100% perfect. 100% perfect. I need you guys to be relaxed. Don't be so aggressive with them, because the moment you get aggressive with the D personality, you are going to close them quickly. They're going to see you as a threat, and they're going to just cancel you out completely. Remember, the D personality wants to be served. They want to feel superior. They want to feel in control. And the moment you take that control from them, they feel threatened. I make the decision. I'll tell you the house I want to see. I'll let you know my schedule. I'll tell you when it's okay to contact me. So you have to be a little more reserved. Your tonality, the way you say the word. Listen to me carefully, team. Listen to me carefully. The way you speak to the D personality at the listing presentation, the open house, or you're showing them property for the first time, the tonality needs to be authoritative, inferior. Not authoritative, superior, authoritative, inferior. Would that be okay with you? Yeah, absolutely. So I'll give you an example, right? Rashad, role play with me. You're walking into the open house, and you're a D personality, okay?
Sounds good.
I want you guys to listen to my tonality. I don't want you listening to the words I'm saying. I want you to listen to how I'm delivering the words. So everyone, please listen to that. All right, so Rashad, you're walking in. Here we go. I'm just going to be me, and then I'm going to identify who you are. Hey, familia, how's it going today?
Good.
Wonderful. Well, here's a flyer for the property. What features did you guys see online that brought you into the open house today?
Yeah, thank you for giving me that.
You're welcome.
We just came in. We're kind of looking around.
Got it. Just came in, kind of looking around. Perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any part of the house you guys would like to start with first?
No?
Okay.
Let us just go check it out by ourselves.
Okay, wonderful. Before you get started, let me just give you some data about the home. This way you guys know what you're looking at. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,500 square foot property. We just listed it on the market 3 days ago, so you guys are actually one of the very first families to go check it out. The feedback that we've been getting from the parties who've been to the open house is their favorite feature is the kitchen with the vaulted ceilings that leads right into the open concept backyard. So if it's my opinion, I recommend you guys go see that last and start over here on the right wing. Sound good?
Sounds good. Thank you.
And my apologies. I didn't catch your name, sir. What is it?
It's Rashad.
Rashad, my name is Gabe. I'll check in with you in you guys a few minutes, okay?
Sounds good.
All right. I want you guys to open the mic. What did you catch from that interaction with someone who's a high D personality?
Straight to the point.
Yeah, straight to the point.
Straight to the point, wasn't pushy. My tonality, the way I delivered my words, I want you guys to listen to this. It was very monotone, but I was powerful. I was confident. I let him know through the way I said my words that you're not going to step over me. But I also let him know with the way I said things that you're in control. I understand, boss. I got you. Women, I'm going to talk to you right now for a quick moment. You will have the hardest time with the D personality. The D personality man. Because a D personality man, especially if you're a very outgoing, bubbly person, because your natural state of being very happy and excited with their natural state of being very dominant is going to conflict. And if you approach a man with a very high-pitched voice, meaning you're not speaking from your diaphragm, you're speaking from your throat or your nose, like up here, very nasally or very screechy, like hi, up like hi, how's it going? Well, yes, I got cookies and water over there, and just walk in. You're going to annoy them. I want all of you women to start practicing what I call your Hillary Clinton, Candace Owen, Michelle Obama voice. Very powerful, direct. They're charismatic, but they're powerful. This way, when the man walks in, he goes, you don't mess with that girl, with that woman. But the moment you walk in and you're chippy and you're happy, and you're like, oh, yes, it's over there. Here's the flyer. You're going to distract them. You're going to deter them. Are you guys picking up what I'm putting? Is this helpful? Yes, no? I see a couple people left already. If you guys, if this is boring, let me know. I'll speed it up. I'll speed it up if you guys need me to. Drop it in the chat. Only one
No,
person.
it's really good, Gabe. It's hilarious because as you're speaking, I can see how some of our agents or ourselves resonate with what you're saying.
Good. I'm glad. I'm trying to emote it so that you guys can see what this actually looks like. So thank you for that, Rocio. I love that feedback. Okay. So that's their person. That's a deep personality. That's how you communicate with them. That's how you identify them. Can someone tell me, what does a deep personality want? Well, we kind of talked about it already in the beginning, but ultimately the deep personality, once you've identified them, what do they want? Like what's going to speak to them to get them to close and sell? What do they want?
Someone who's straight up.
Straight up. Come on, team. Throw it out there. What else?
Someone that provides value.
You can say, in other words, they want the result. That's all they care about, is the result. Write that down. D personalities want result. That's all they care. Oh, this is a good one. This is a good one. The D personality. What do they fear the most?
Losing control.
Ooh, very close. Guys, actually, you're pretty spot on, but there's a different way to say it that has a different meaning, so you're very close. What
Projection.
Okay, no, not so much.
Being wrong.
Someone who's more.
You guys are all of you are in the ballpark. Here's the answer. The biggest, greatest fear of a D personality is being taken advantage of.
Oh my God, yes.
Wow. That just resonated with somebody right there. All of you in the very beginning who said you were fast paced and you care about getting it done. You care about the task. Your greatest fear is being taken advantage of. How many, drop it into the chat. How many of you did that resonate with? Razan said yes. 1000%. Beth says yes. Rocio says yes. Your greatest fear is being taken advantage of. So here's another little hint or piece of advice. If you know they're a deep personality and you're getting ready to head to the listing presentation, how might you custom tailor your presentation for that D, knowing that they want results, they're fast paced, and they don't want to be taken advantage of? How are you going to change your presentation? Go ahead, open the mic.
Something short and straight to the point.
Absolutely. But what might you say? What might you show them, knowing these facts?
Honesty.
Numbers.
Come on, a couple more people. Let's go.
Have a game
We're all sales
plan so
professionals here.
that they see how it's gonna get done.
Samples of all your work that you do to sell a listing.
Yes. You're going to show them the work that you're going to do to sell the listing. And during your pitch, during your conversation, you're going to show them results of people who are, you're going to show them testimonials and reviews. Hey, listen, I worked with this person over here. I was very honest, transparent. And you might say something like this in the listing presentation. Hey, listen, Mr. Seller, I'm going to be very direct with you. Okay. I hope you don't mind my honesty, my transparency. No, go right ahead. During our relationship together, as I'm helping you sell this home for the most amount of money quickly, there are going to be times where you might want me to tell you what you want you to hear, what you think I might want you to hear. Well, you might expect me to tell you what you want to hear. But as a professional, my job is to tell you what you need to hear. And that might conflict. And sometimes with my clients, it's a harsh reality. But I'm hoping that you can respect the fact that I'm going to be direct with you and honest the entire time, even if it compromises my opportunity at working with you.
Brilliant.
I'm going to pre-frame them in advance so that they know this guy was not going to take advantage of me. He's honest. He's integrous. He cares about character. He keeps his word. This is a language that I'm going to add inside of my presentation now that I know he's a high D. Listen, you don't have to worry about me. I'd rather lose an opportunity at listing a home before breaking my word. And his D personality, his walls come down like this. It's like Gabe knows me or something. It's like he knows what's important to me. Of course, I know what's important because I'm a highly trained sales professional who just didn't get a license to sell a home. I actually took time. I took Gabe's class on how to identify personalities, how to master personalities, how to close personalities. So I know without having to take a survey, without having to take a test, I know how to identify your personality, what you resonates with you most, what you're scared of, and I know how to get the job done and I close it. That's how we do it. You're highly trained professionals. Any questions about the D? Personality.
Gabe, I have a question.
Yes.
Should you ever be in a curious tone when asking questions to a D personality?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Never be in a curious tonality when you're asking a question to a high D personality. The reason, if you have a curious tonality when you're asking a question to a D personality, they're going to view you as incompetent. And they're going to pounce all over you. Don't do it. Take a screenshot of this on the screen, you guys. I'm going to share the screen right now. Take a screenshot of this. And I'm hoping you guys are taking notes. I'm hoping you guys are taking notes. That's only one personality, by the way, and it's already 10:37. We might have to do a part 3, and I'm sorry because I get really excited about this stuff. Okay, we're moving on to the next. For the people who said they're very fast-paced, but they care about people more. In the DISC personality, you're known as the I. I stands for influence. This is the person that's the life of the party. They're fun. They're out there. This is like the Leo Robles. This is Leo Robles right here, okay? If you want to know what I personality looks like, look at Leo. That's Leo. It's the guy who's happy. What's up, guys? Let's grow. You know, I'm going to take over the day. I'm going to do this. And then he's the person, if you guys, all of you know Leo, he sits on the phone with you for hours. He listens to you. He cares about you. He checks in on you. That is Leo, man. That's the influence personality type. It's the person who is very fast-paced, but they care about you before the job. That is influence. What's another word for influence? The I personality. You can call them a promoter. And can someone tell me what the promoter, the influence, is driven by?
Serving others.
Oops, I showed this to you too early.
Seeing other people happy.
They're driven by, internally, they are driven by optimism and trust. So for all of you who are out there, who are fast-paced, but you care about people first, you are driven by optimism and trust. And we can clearly see that in Leo. All right. What do influencers, promoters, deep down in their heart, what do they really want?
Followers.
I love that. Yes.
Recognition.
Validation.
Oh, who just said that? The R word.
Right here, recognition.
I can't see you, man. Sorry. Who is it?
Oriana team.
Oriana.
Boys, 2 for 2. Let's go, Oriana team. Vamos. All right. They want recognition. Oh my gosh. Listen to me. If you want to piss off an I personality, someone who's very fast paced and they care about people, you want to piss them off to the T, take credit for what they did. Take credit for what they did. How might this look inside of a listing presentation, buyer presentation, open house? Well, they walk in, right? And then you identify the personality type by asking, how's it going? And they respond with a very optimistic, happy, they're very colorful in their language and their body language. This I personality type So they're gonna give you the fullest answer in the world. How's it going today? Oh my gosh, it's going so good. It's a sunny, beautiful day. I brought my husband and the kids with us today. We're so excited. They're gonna give you a very long, optimistic, happy answer. That's how you identify the I personality. It's the person at the listing presentation that's talking a lot. It's the person at the listing presentation that says, oh, you like that? I did that. I chose those drapes. My husband didn't like it, but I did. That's the I personality type. It's the person at the showings who says, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I found this home. I was scrolling and I found it and I showed my husband, he loved it, or vice versa. It's that person. That's how you identify who they are. How's it going? They show you that. Automatically in your head, you know influence. You know, as soon as you ask that question, that person is driven by optimism and trust. So if I want to earn the listing, if I want to earn the buy, if I want to convert them at the open house, you better raise your energy level up and get really excited with them. Oh my gosh, so how did you guys hear about the open house? I found it. Good job, mom. High five her. Hey, husband, you found a keeper. She's making some smart decisions over here. She's like, yeah, I know. And she walks in all happy. You're blowing smoke up her chimney. Oh, that was nice. I like that. Blowing smoke up her chimney. Wow. That was nice. Cherish, can you write that down for me before I forget? We're going to use that later. What's their greatest fear?
Not being recognized.
Boom. That's their greatest fear. Obscurity. Not being recognized. I want you guys writing this stuff down. Their greatest fear of an I influence is not being recognized, not being noticed. Leaders in the room, salespeople in the room, when you're out there, you better be paying attention in the conversation. You better be listening to what they're saying so that you can respond accordingly. You better not be hearing to reply. Untrained salespeople are hearing to reply. They're not listening to respond. Hearing is like, for example, I hear some ambience noise in the background with like cars and trucks in the back because I live in the city, but I'm listening to you. You have my attention and I'm going to respond accordingly. I'm not just waiting to say something. So if you don't recognize them during the listing presentation, if you don't recognize them during the open house, if you don't recognize them during the showings, you are going to lose that person. This is how you approach them. Approach them in a friendly way. Focus on the feelings and emotions. Be positive. Move quickly, but spend time chatting. Because remember, they're a fast-paced person, but they care about people. So move quickly. What's going on? Did you guys like the room? I love this boy. Okay, come on. You guys have to see the kitchen. Come over here. Look at the kitchen. Look how amazing it is. Do you love it? Open the refrigerator. Go ahead. Go ahead. Grab a glass of water. I'll tell the seller. No, I'm just kidding. Don't grab a glass of water. But come over here. Check this out over there. And you're walking them through everything quickly. Fast pace. Good job. You made a good choice today, Mom. And then, by the way, Mom, I heard you also wanted to hire me as your agent. Is that true or true? And you're having fun with them. Where are we at on time? 10:43. All right, we might be able to make this. Any questions on that? Any questions on the I personality or the D? Come on, team. Trained sales professionals here. I'm going to pause for a quick second. See how we're all doing over here. By the way, how many of you guys all know a couple of some of your agents who should have been on this call today? Drop it in the chat. How many of you are looking at some of your team members and team leaders and be like, they should have been on this call today? Drop it in the chat. If you know somebody, don't put their name. Just say, I do. You guys know someone who should be on it? What about a friend? Someone that is maybe a lender, someone in this industry, be like, they should have been on this call. It would have been good to teach them how to sell to personality types. Okay. Take a moment right now. Send them a text message and say, you need to be on this for the next 10 minutes. Send them a text message right now and say, you need to be on this for the next 10 minutes. We are going over how to convert and work with 4 different personality types. I'll give you guys a minute. Boom. Let's get back on. That was a fast minute. All right. Moving on to the second part of the personalities. I love this section here because it is not me at all. So we talked about who is steady and slow paced. And the people who are steady, slow paced, but you care about people and relationships first, you are what we call the S personality. You are the steady person. Can someone give me another word for steady?
Calm or at ease.
Okay, calm, at ease. But in the context of personality types, they're slow paced. And
I
they
would say like reserved and laid back, more quiet.
absolutely, absolutely. This person is also known. Ready? Write this down, ladies and gentlemen.
Analytical.
Not analytical. Not
Sense.
analytical. They are supporters. I heard my wife outside say, "Oh yes," because that's her. My wife is very slow paced and she cares about people. She's a supporter. Supporter. Cherish. What are you guys driven by? Be honest. Just talk from your heart. What do you
I feel like I would say seeing other people happy because of something I helped them do.
Yes. That's because you're a supporter. You're a steadiness personality. You're very slow paced and you care about people. These people, when you ask them, how's it going, will give you a genuine slow answer. Like, it's going really good. Thank you. And then they'll lean in and say, how are you doing? And they'll want to talk to you. And the conversation will go from whatever task you were talking about to talking about your life, your kids, your family, your work, whatever is most important to you. See, everyone thinks that the alpha personality, which is the D personality, task-oriented, is the true success behind everything. But the honest answer is this: the D personality is not the most successful personality because of its traits. The D personality is successful because of the S that supports them. Every D that's successful has an S. Every D that is successful has an S. In an assistant, a wife, or maybe the husband takes that role, which I've never really seen, but it exists.
Amen. Amen to that.
I have a very supportive wife, and I'm only here with you guys today because of her. Like, I'm telling you that for the last 8 years, okay? I met her when I first got started in real estate. So what you're seeing today is because she's been in the background, busting her butt, supporting me with my vision. So persons who are supporters, steadiness, they're driven by that sincere appreciation. Listen to what I'm telling you. Don't get lost. Focus, focus, focus. People who are an S personality. No, I'm going to stop here. We're going to do a part 3. It's too much information. It's too much information. I'm going to stop here. Is everyone okay if we do a part 3? Because I need you guys to focus on those first 2 and get that dialed in before we talk about the other 2. It's a lot of information. Well, let's just take a vote. I'm going to take a vote. Open up the chat. Are we okay with pausing and just spending a couple more minutes on the D and I and then having a part 3 to focus on the S and C? Or would you guys rather than the next 10 minutes just blaze through the rest of them? You guys tell me. Go ahead, drop it in the chat.
Separate.
Part 3, part 3, part 3. I've seen more part 3s and keep going. And my intuition as a coach is saying it's a lot of information that we should pause. I really need all of you to really soak this stuff in. It's not just something we're going to teach and then you move on and you go worry about the rest of your day. What I'm telling you today is something that's going to change your life for the rest of your life. It's going to change you financially. So the D and the I is very important. So here's our homework for everyone today. Cherish, if we don't have anything scheduled for next week, can you please put me on part 3 for next week, and we'll call it the finale. And before we leave today, I want to show you guys my screen one more time. I want you guys to take a screenshot of this if you guys didn't get a chance to do this. Here's your D personality. Take a screenshot, take a photo, take your phones out, go ahead. Take a photo of it. And here is your I personality. Take a screenshot, take a photo. And everyone's homework for the next 6 days is I only want you to focus on the D's and the I's in your life. And I want you to memorize, internalize everything I told you. So drop it in the chat right now. Let's see who's been paying attention. Drop it in the chat right now. D personality, who is task oriented. What drives them inside? What are they driven by? Come on, drop it in the chat. Results. Absolutely. They're driven by results and anger. Results and anger. Anger. D personalities who are task oriented are always mad AF. The key word, so they're driven by anger, but they want results. And what is their biggest fear? What is their biggest fear? Come on, D personalities, what's their biggest fear? Come on, let's go.
Being taken advantage of.
Absolutely, taken advantage of. Thanks for dropping into the chat. Taking advantage of. So how do you, number one, when you ask, drop it in the chat, what's the number one question to identify someone's personality type and the mood that they're in? Drop it in the chat. What's the number one question you ask someone to identify their personality and their mood that they're in? Drop it in the chat. This is how I know y'all been rocking with me for months. Let's go. It is not how you're doing. It is how's it going? Untrained sales professionals ask, how are you doing? Trained professionals ask, how's it going? How's it going is open-ended. It'll, whatever there is in their heart and their mind, they're just going to vomit all over you. And by that answer and the way they respond, you'll know what personality type they are. Not how you are, it's how's it going. Number two, I personality, the influencer, someone who is very fast-paced, but they care about people. They care about people. The I personality, what are they driven by? What drives them on the inside? Drop it in the chat. What drives them on the inside? What drives them on the, not what they want, not what they want. What drives them on the inside? What's their motivating factor? What drives them? What gets them going? Come on, Natalie Castro, let's go. Of course she would get that first. Optimism and trust. What do they want? What does an I personality want? What do they want, team? Come on, what do they want? Recognition. Absolutely, David, yes. Brianna, yes. Anne-Marie, yes. Lastly, what do they fear the most? What do they fear the most? What does that I personality fear the most? Come on, team. What do they fear? Yes. Anne-Marie, yes. David, yes. Brianna, yes. iPhone, yes. Itzel, yes. Lizbeth, yes. Absolutely. These people are D&I. Your responsibility over the next couple of 6 days or so is your responsibility is to identify these people and work with them. I want you to master the interaction. Ask them, how's it going? And then listen to their response. And then through that, I want your brain to process. Okay, they're fast-paced and they're people-oriented. They're an I. They're fast-paced, but they're task-oriented. They're a D. Ds are driven by anger. They want results yesterday. They're driven by optimism and trust. And what they want is recognition. And you start working with those people in that fashion over the next 6 days. And I promise you, listen to me very carefully, team. Listen to me carefully. If you truly grasp what I'm teaching you today, you will have no problem. It doesn't matter how you dress. It doesn't matter what you look like. As long as you can speak the words that resonate with their ear, I promise you, any open house, any listing presentation, any buyer consultation, you will no longer miss on the opportunity to work with them. They will no longer leave the open house giving you a fake number. They will no longer say, yeah, I'm interested in working with you, and ghost you. They will no longer sit across the table at a listing presentation and say, we're going to think about it, and never contact you again. I promise you that if you learn what I'm teaching you today and last class and next week, you will master the art of human interaction and you will close every appointment every single time. Woo, let's go. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's wrap up for today's call. Drop it in the chat right now. What was your biggest takeaway from today's call? Drop it in the chat. What was your biggest takeaway? I want to see it. What was your biggest takeaway? What were the aha moments? We call them aha moments. What were your aha moments? Drop it in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. I see Evelyn says everything. I love that. That was great. Okay, I see a lot of the slow pace people over here taking their time. A lot of you S personalities. Confirming I am a C. Yes. Yes. The D. Yes. Get to know our own personality type too. Always smile. How to recognize. Every D needs an S to be truly its best. Yes, your dedication to us. Oh, thank you, George. Understanding everything is one same adjust. George, I think I spoke to you over the phone before you joined EXP. Your name sounds familiar. Yes. My personality type, how's it going? Joshua says, how's it going? Yes. Let go of how are you doing? No more of that. It's only how's it going. I'm really excited about you guys. Thank you so much. Let's all take a photo before we hop off. Let's all take a photo before we hop off. Let's take a photo. Everyone open up their cameras. I'm going to take a screenshot and I'm going to tag you on it. So it's very important that you guys remember, I'm a D personality and I like tasks. So I'm driven by anger. I want results yesterday. So what I want you guys to do right now is to take a picture with me and then post it right away and then tag me and share it. That's what I want. Those are the results I'm looking for. Okay, guys? So everyone take out their camera. Everyone put your Chuck E. Cheese smile on. Here we go. All right, we're going to say queso fundido on 3. No, I'm just kidding. We're not. Uno, dos, and tres. Smile. We got it. Winner Circle Wednesday is adjourned, ladies and gentlemen. Love you all. God bless you guys. Go out there, crush it, make a bunch of money, and bring your friends and family to the next call. We'll see you guys later. Peace.